Take a look at this question. In the last video, we worked through subnetting by number of hosts step by step. If you followed along with me in that video, you used block size to solve that problem. Well, we did that together. You just might not have called it that because I didn't call it block size, but that's the method we've been learning. So here's what I want you to do. Pause right now and try and answer this subnetting question on your own. Could you do it? If you froze, that's okay. That's perfectly normal at this point. I hear this from students. They know the method, they've seen it in class, they can follow along when an instructor is walking them through it. But when they sit down with a blank question and no one talking them through it, they freeze. They don't know where to start. That gap between knowing the method and applying it to a fresh question, that's the gap we're trying to close today. Whether you're working through a Cisco CCNA Networking Academy course or following a CCNA study guide or just trying to finally learn subnetting, I hope this video series helps you do that. And block size might just be the answer to your problems. I've taught thousands of students how to subnet, and block size works for almost everybody. It isn't a shortcut. It's not a trick. Now is the time to put pen to paper, take some notes, walk through this process with me, and try these problems on your own. We're going to lock in 4 steps that we've been using for subnetting. I haven't listed them out up to this point, but we're going to list the 4-step process. Step 1, you need to identify the interesting octet and calculate the subnet mask. Where is our interesting octet? Well, that's the octet in the subnet mask that isn't 0 and it is not 255. It's somewhere in between. We'll use our formula to identify the interesting octet and calculate the new subnet mask. So for step 1, remember, just start with the formula. Either you're going to use 2 to the power of h minus 2 if the question asks about number of hosts, or if you can do equal sized networks, just use 2 to the power of n, which is equal to the number of networks. Step 2, once you've calculated that interesting octet in the subnet mask, you're going to calculate your block size. Take 256, our magic number, yes, that's the technical name, and subtract the interesting octet from 256. That gives you your block size. Step 3, lay out your network IDs. Start at subnet 0 and count up by block size in the interesting octet of the IP address. Each jump lands you on a new network ID. Step 4, and this is the easiest part, just complete the networks. Going from your network IDs, you can subtract 1 to get the broadcast address of each network, and then all you do is add 1 to the network ID to get your first usable, and subtract 1 from the broadcast IPv4 address to get your last usable. This gives you all of the steps you need to subnet any network. Maybe you recognize these steps from the last video. They didn't change. All right, let's do a walkthrough here. Here's an actual CCNA-style question. Given the network 192.168.10.0/24, what is the network ID and broadcast address of the 4th network if you need 2 usable hosts per network? Pause right here and try this before I walk through it. Start with step 1 that I hope you wrote down. All right, let's work through it together. Step 1, what do I need to do? I need to use one of my formulas to figure out my interesting octet and my new subnet mask. I'm calculating here for number of hosts. So we pull out our handy number of hosts formula, 2 to the power of h minus 2. And we can see here that we need just 2 host bits. That leaves us with 6 network bits, which is a /30, or 255.255.255.252. The interesting octet is our 4th octet. That's the value that we changed. On to step 2. Calculate the block size. 256 minus 252 equals 4. Our block size is 4. Step 3. We count up from 0. We start with subnet 0. We count up from subnet 0 in the 4th octet by 4, which is our block size. Network 1 ends in a .0. Network 2 ends in a .4. Network 3 ends in a .8. Network 4 ends in a .12. We need to know the broadcast IPv4 address for network 4. We can just add 4 to 12 to end up with whatever would be our network 5, which is .16. To calculate the broadcast for network 4, we just subtract 1 from 16. This gives us a .15. So 16 minus 1 is 15. Our broadcast IP address is 192.168.10.15. Did you get it? If you did, you just used block size on a real CCNA exam style question. That's exactly what you'll need to do on the CCNA exam. If you didn't get it, that's okay. Keep practicing. Remember, subnetting takes practice and repetition. If you saw that pattern of block sizes and just counted by 4, that's fine as well. You're recognizing the patterns. And we probably didn't need to go through the entire process for you to count by 4. But sometimes when you lay out these /30 networks, it makes it really clear how block size works. All right. I hope you learned something today from this video. If you did, that makes me really happy. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.